Michigan just can't catch a break. Yesterday, Michigan governor eased up on the shutdown for the most northern parts of Michigan, and today disaster has struck the state again. Now the governor of Michigan has to declare another state of emergency, this time for a natural disaster as flooding begins to roll across the state. 2 dams have failed near Midland, Michigan, and over 10,000 people have been forced to evacuate as the city is expected to be under about 9 feet of water if the rivers continue to rise. Luckily, the rising waters seem to have stalled for now. Now, people are being displaced to shelters, and those shelters are performing testing as people enter, and they are struggling to practice social distancing at a time when the governor is still not willing to lift shutdown restrictions in the areas that are flooding. Now, flooding is not unusual for Michigan. I grew up in the state, and I can remember flooding in different regions almost every year for the 30 years that I lived there. And Midland isn't the only town experiencing issues with flooding right now. Rainfall has overwhelmed the sewers in Ann Arbor. As of Tuesday, the 19th of May, 2020, this was forcing the wastewater plant to release an estimated 600 to 1,500 gallons of partially treated sewage water into the Huron River. That river crested just shy of 16 feet. Now, all eyes have been fixed on Midland County since Tuesday, when a poorly maintained hydroelectric dam collapsed in Edenville. Floodwaters destroyed bridges and overtopped the Sanford Dam on their way to Midland, where the Tittabawassee River was cresting at about 35 feet on Wednesday evening. The crest tops the river's 1986 all-time record level. Now, both dams have been in need of repairs. One of them had been graded in unsatisfactory condition and the other in only fair condition. And Governor Whitmer is calling for an investigation into that as to why there had been no repairs. Now, to make matters worse, Dow Chemical is headquartered in Midland, Michigan, and flooding could result in contamination. It has in the past. Dow Chemical has confirmed that there were flood waters commingling with on-site containment ponds. Dow states that the material from the pond commingling with the floodwaters does not create any threat to residents or environmental damage. There has been no reported product released, and only essential staff are on site to monitor and manage the situation, and there hasn't been any reported injuries. Michigan does not have much of a dry season as states outside of the Midwest would have. And typically, Michigan will see rain and thunderstorms throughout the summer. It's not until the end of summer and just before fall that there might be a 4 to 6 week stretch with very little to no rain. This means it could be weeks or months before Michigan will dry out from the current excessive rain. And it's been really saddening to see my home state has fallen to such a lack of repairs to the infrastructure. They were thrown into the spotlight for Flint's water problem, and that is still also not fixed. Thank you for watching. Tap on subscribe and click on the notification bell to get all notifications for upcoming videos so you can be the first to know what is actually happening daily coast to coast.